St. Mercy's Hospital sat quietly at the edge of Enugu, its yellow walls gleaming by day, and its neon blue sign flickering at night, and the smell of antiseptic hung high in the air. To outsiders, it was a place of healing, where mothers came to bring life into the world. But to those who knew its secret, it was a place of silence, sorrow, and stolen cries. In the past year alone, too many women had left its maternity ward with empty arms. Some left weak and grieving, clutching small bundles of white clothes containing nothing but hospital papers. Others were sedated, barely conscious as nurses whispered, "Sorry for your loss," in rehearsed tones. Other times, the story was, "Sorry, your baby didn't make it, madam." No body shown, no explanations beyond medical jargons, no funeral, no death certificate. Yet, so often, someone would swear they heard babies crying from the nursing station, but most times, patients would assume it belongs to other patients. This story was almost always the same. On very rare occasions, after intense labor, congratulations was heard across the wards as the cry of babies, sometimes one or two, echoed, with family members celebrating. This was done in order to hide their monstrous acts. Dr. Bassi, the head of maternity, was a man of power and precision. His white coat and calm tone hid a monstrous truth. He led a baby trafficking ring that made people travel from far and wide to come visit. The nurses were in on it, and if he suspected any foul play from his staffs, they were silenced or sacked. It was like a secret cult. The victims were vulnerable mothers, young girls from poor homes who trusted too easily, and the babies sold for millions across Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and even neighboring African countries to desperate wealthy couples, politicians' wives, foreign residents, business women, amongst others, who couldn't conceive, willing to pay fortunes to get a child without the slow process of the law, all craving motherhood at the expense of the actual mothers. And so, for months, St. Mercy's Hospital thrived on stolen lives until one rainy night, when a set of twins were born. Mrs. Amaka was a 28-year-old woman. She had always used St. Mercy's hospitals for her antenatal, but strangely, she always went alone as her husband Chike worked in another state 3 hours away. When Dr. Bassi found out she was having twins, he was happy. He thought to himself, "She is lucky. At least she gets to keep one child, and no questions will be asked. After all, she has no family members here with her." It was a rainy night in Enugu, the kind that drenched the city in sheets of silver water, muffled sounds, except the occasional rumble of thunder and the dramatic display of lightning across the sky. Inside the labor ward, Amaka was fighting through the final waves of pain, her face pale but glowing with determination. And surprisingly, her husband Chike was beside her, his chest pounding with fear and joy as he clutched her hand tightly. But in the heat of the moment, as Amaka was about to deliver her babies, one of the nurses tapped Mr. Chike, urging him to step out and buy some baby items like pampers, wipes, baby shawl from the pharmacy outside the hospital gate. "You can't stay here, Oga," the nurse said with a too sweet smile. "Quickly get the items before your baby arrives. We will take good care of Madame." Her voice was smooth, too smooth. Mr. Chike hesitated, and then he replied, "We have everything here, nurse. We are ready to receive our babies. I don't want to miss their birth. My wife needs me here." The nurse beckoned again. "What about the extra medications you requested? Please go get it, sir. Don't waste time. Your children would need it." Chike, hearing this, didn't want to be the reason anything negative would happen to his children after birth. So, he pecked his wife and hurried out into the rain to get the medications. Minutes later, two piercing cries echoed through the ward. Two strong, healthy, identical twin boys. The nurses exchanged quick glances. One of them, Nurse Felicia, whispered under her breath, "Dr. Bassi wants one of these. Do as he instructed." That name, Dr. Bassi, was whispered in fear through the hospital walls. As Amaka drifted in and out of consciousness, she heard a nurse faintly say, "Wrap that one. Prepare him. The other one stays." Her weak voice protested, Where is my baby? Where are you taking my babies to?" What did you say, nurse?" A nurse leaned over, her face full of fake pity. "Madam, sorry, one of your twins didn't make it, but you have one strong baby boy." Amaka screamed. Tears streamed down her face. Words died in her throat. The sedative in her drip dulled her mind, but her heart screamed that something wasn't right. And in the midst of all this, one of the nurses lifted one baby and placed him in a separate crib, while the other nurse took the other baby, and to the nursing station they went. While they cleaned the baby, Nurse Felicia prepared the paperwork quietly. Meanwhile, Chike hurried back through the storm, drenched from the rain, carrying baby supplies in trembling hands, his heart pounding with excitement. As he entered the hospital corridor, rushing through, he passed by the nursing station and caught sight of something strange. He froze. Two newborns, identical in every feature, being cleaned by the nurses, and one nurse gently handed one of the babies to a well-dressed couple waiting in the corner. The man was in a crisp kaftan. The woman wore gold earrings that glittered under the light. The woman tearfully smiling, the man nodding as if he had just bought happiness. The nurse smiled too brightly as she said, "Congratulations, madam, God has done it for you." Chike blinked, confused. Twins? Something tugged at his chest, a strange recognition. He couldn't explain. All this happened so fast. Before he could process it, one of the security guards called out, "Oga, you no fit stand for here, move." He left reluctantly. When he reached his wife's ward, surprisingly, she had put to bed, and worse off, she was in tears. He embraced her to comfort her, while still confused, and before Amaka could say a word, one of the nurses brought her baby, a very handsome boy, and happily she said, "Congratulations." But just as the nurse left, Amaka whispered in tears to her husband, They said one of the child died." Chike's world tilted, his eyes wide. The image of the two babies flashed in his mind. He stormed out, ignoring Amaka's plea to stay calm, as he ran out of the ward like a man possessed. "Where is my baby?" he shouted, storming towards the nursing station. The nurses froze. They exchanged nervous glances. Nurse Felicia tried to calm him. "Sir, please don't shout. You are disturbing. Your wife lost one of the child while giving birth." But Chike grabbed her wrist. "You are lying. I saw my children. How come you brought only one child?" Within seconds, Dr. Bassi appeared in a lab coat, his face calm and cold. "Sir, please let's go to my office to discuss this," he said. Mr. Chike refused, demanding to see his other child. Firmly, Dr. Bassi replied, "Mr. Chike, please don't cause a scene. I understand you are upset, and I am so sorry for your loss. But you are disturbing our other patients. Your wife lost one child. It happens. You should be grateful one survived." But Chike's blood boiled. "You are lying, doctor. If truly my child died, I need to see his body. Show me my son's body. I know I saw them. My two boys. You gave them to someone. You sold one." Chike said all this loudly and angrily, as if calling for the attentions of other patients in the hospital. Quickly, security guards began to approach, ready to restrain him. One of them reached for his shoulder, but Chike shoved him away and bolted towards the hallway where the couple had been. He saw them near the back door, the woman holding a baby tightly wrapped in a blanket. "Hey, that's my child," he screamed. The couple panicked and the woman tried to hand the baby back to the nurse. The nurse hissed, "Go now, go, madam, don't worry, everything is fine," she said. But just then, Chike lunged forward, grabbing the blanket as the baby wailed. The security guards wrestled him to the floor. "Let me see the tag," he shouted, fighting with all his strength. The baby's ankle exposed, and there it was, a small paper band with baby Chike A written on it in faint ink. Everyone froze. The crowd that had gathered stared in disbelief. Nurse Felicia's face went pale. The couple stumbled backwards. The guards backed off. Patients, relatives rushed in. The hospital erupted in chaos. The few that had camera phones began to record. The baby's tag was captured. The hospital's name, the nurses, the terrified couple. Chike noticed someone was recording, so he began screaming to the camera, "They are selling our babies. I had twins, but they sold one of my sons," he said. Soon, police arrived. Someone had called them. By the time the officers came, Dr. Bassi had disappeared through the exit door. Several nurses were detained, including Felicia. The couple were arrested. Chike returned quickly to meet Amaka with his baby crying. When Amaka saw Chike carrying a baby, she said faintly, "They said he had died," tears streaming down her face. "He didn't," Chike said softly. "They tried to take him, but God didn't let them." St. Mercy's Specialist Hospital became national news. Investigations revealed a network of baby trafficking spanning several states for several years. Newborns sold to wealthy clients for millions of naira. Nurses, doctors, and wealthy clients were arrested. Dozens of mothers came forward with hauntingly similar stories. But for Chike and Amaka, the nightmare ended the night they held both of their sons, Chibuike and Chidiebere. Names meaning God is your strength and God is mercy. Amaka was wheeled out to another hospital with both babies, as Chike didn't trust the hospital anymore. As they left the hospital compound, Amaka whispered, "You saved them. Thank you." Chike looked down at her. "No," he said, "God saved us all." And from that night on, no baby cried within St. Mercy's Specialist Hospital. I hope you enjoyed this story. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.